God damn it, Nay. I don't know how this works.
Can I just sit like right here? Just be arms.
Oh, there we go. Wait. Okay, we're in. I can hear it. Like, okay.
Fans of this podcast are going to think that I'm like extra emo because I've only ever worn a black shirt on this podcast.
That is true.
You've only ever worn a black shirt, period, Trey. I've never seen you there.
The really unfortunate thing is Nay's definitely not rolling right now, so every joke that we make before the podcast starts, he's going to miss it.
He's got to be ABR is what he's got to do.
Really, he does, but
Always
he's not.
be rolling. We tell him this. We tell a kid this.
Right.
It's like he doesn't want to succeed.
Like, I could say something super racist right now, and nobody would know.
Well, I would know.
Get that.
Yep, that's how we're going to start this episode of Crushing with Nay. Welcome back. We got the boys back today.
Nay, what episode is this?
This is episode 6. We're
Fuck
here.
yes, I've officially been on 50% of the episodes.
He has. Trey's been here. Tanner was banned for a while.
Yeah.
Tanner, why don't you go ahead and tell them why you've been banned for
I just want
to
to give a special shout out to all the fans that really rallied to get me back on here. Thank you for that.
There was nobody.
I'm
Nobody
back,
rallied.
and I'm happy to be back. I got banned because your host doesn't want to succeed.
yeah, that's what it is.
No, I didn't talk to a girl or something, and they was like, hey.
Yeah, I remember that girl from episode 1 that Tanner was supposed to talk to. It's the one he's destined to be with that he walks by like 50% of the time when he's on campus.
I came to the conclusion that we probably just have classes at the same time.
Yeah,
That's
well,
stupid.
I kind of figured that out.
That's stupid.
That or she's stalking me.
either way, he never even shot his shot, and
Yeah.
that's a big no-no. So he was banned for a while, but now he's back because we have the updates. We have a lot to go over. First off, though, it's summer, finally. What are we going to do this summer, boys? Like, we got to get out sometime.
Well, the number one thing, we were talking about photography, a lot of photography. Tanner just got a really nice camera. He spent $4K on it.
It is a 4K camera, yes.
I hate that joke, dude. I hate it so much.
So we got to do a lot of that. I've got a national park pass. So national parks.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I do. Annual pass. I can get a car in for free, bros.
Bro, we are going.
So.
Yeah. I haven't been like anywhere.
I'll probably be busy, but yeah.
Well, you're a
You'll
bitch.
probably be.
I don't know what day you guys were planning on going, but I'm probably busy
All
that
right.
day.
Whatever day it is,
well,
you're going to be
we don't
busy.
want you anyway.
Yeah.
All right, listen, there's been so much that's happened since episode 1 of the show, and that's what this entire show's about pretty much. We have some updates we got to do. Trey, what is going on with your life?
All right, so I'm going to start this with a disclaimer. I've been on here for 3 episodes, and I've given a lot of advice, but I am the absolute worst person to give advice, so I don't know why anybody listens to me. I don't know why I'm back here.
They do, though, so that's what's important.
Especially the last episode. That one was really, really advice-heavy. Don't listen to my advice.
I did.
Or do.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I've decided the biggest update for me is I'm calling off relationships completely. I've tried it.
Why is that? So he was in a relationship like last episode. What happened, bro?
So the other one, I was in a really bad spot emotionally and just kind of shot into a relationship out of like vulnerability. It was a really bad idea. It was a bad relationship from the start and lasted a couple weeks, and I decided that I knew what I wanted and I didn't want a relationship, so we dipped out of that one pretty quick.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. it
So
was a bad
biggest
idea.
takeaway from that is Trey single, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah, and
So.
I'm probably going to stay that way.
Yeah.
Unless
For a
you
while.
can do something about that.
Tanner, listen, bro. Why don't you go ahead and tell them what your thing is, like what your deal
My
is.
whole situation.
Yeah, because that's what this is really about.
All right, guys. So there's been a lot of ups and downs, and I've taken a lot of advice from both of these guys. And well,
Good advice.
It
Good
landed
advice
me,
from us.
It landed me back right here with another with a story. Happy endings are only in movies, kids.
Pretty much.
So, for obvious reasons, we'll be using a fake name here. Let's call her Patricia.
Oh my.
Because nobody actually knows a real Patricia. So we'll call her Patricia. So about 6 months ago, I'm doing a school project, and I meet this girl named Patricia. Think she's cute. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll ask her out. I go back, look her up on Instagram. I'm like, she has a boyfriend. Can't do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I do the whole Instagram stalking thing.
You
Fast
have
forward
to
6
sometimes.
months. I don't talk to this girl. I don't really see this girl. Fast forward 6 months. I'm now with her on another school project. And then it's like a couple days. Like, it takes a couple days for this project. And I'm like, oh, she's cool. I don't know if she has a boyfriend. I feel like we're kind of flirting. I might shoot my shot. I tell Nay ahead of time that I want to shoot my shot because I figure if I tell someone like that, he'll make sure I don't bitch out.
Yeah, because of the
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah.
Even you even told us on the last one, you still bitched out.
Yeah. Yeah.
7 times.
Like, yeah, like multiple times.
Yeah.
That's like
But
a
this time it worked.
Yeah.
This time it worked.
Yeah, so I told Nate, I said, hey, man, don't let me bitch out. Let me make sure I ask out this girl. And then Nate gave me the advice of, like, if you're ever alone with her, ask her out. But we were working in, like, a small room with a lot of people, so that really never happened. The clock kept ticking, and then, like, in the last hour, we were all, like, leaving, and then I asked her out, and she said yes. And I was like...
How'd you do it? How did you do that?
So we were setting up, we had all this equipment and stuff, and we're leaving. And then I'm, like, kind of standing in between, like, rooms, and she's, like, in one room talking to someone. And then she comes over a little bit, and I'm just like, "Hey, Patricia, if you're free, do you wanna do something sometime?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then we planned a date. I was like, "Great." Boom. Go home. High five, Nay. Jump around.
That's what's up.
It
I was
great.
proud. I was
Played
proud.
some foosball.
Played some foosball
Oh,
to
yeah.
celebrate.
You know, guy
Everyone was
stuff.
happy. The whole room was losing their mind because they're all
Yeah.
invested in it at this point.
Well, it's because it was such a like surreal experience. Nobody actually expected Tanner to do anything.
Right.
And then when he did, like, even if he would have gotten rejected, we would have had the same reaction. You know?
Oh, yeah.
We
I mean, the
made
boy
some
tried,
posters
man.
for him. It was this whole thing.
We did quite a bit of work
Yeah.
for this. And also, yeah, just to say how nice of a host you guys have, Nay said you should ask her out because either way, it makes for good content. on my
That's all that
podcast.
matters.
That's
That's
what
all
Nay
I care
said.
about.
Nay's a
So,
content freak, man.
That's
He
what
loves
I'm
it.
saying. That's my
I
life.
mean, I guess that made me feel a little better. So I asked her out, and we planned for like a Saturday. So like in a week, right? It's like a week difference. And then the Saturday comes, and something comes up, and she's like, "I can't do it on Saturday. Can we do it on Monday?" And I was like, "I work Monday. Maybe we can do something else, like watch a movie or something." And she's like, "Yeah, that's great." So like, okay, cool. So we're still somewhere there. Monday comes around, I text her, and then something comes up on her part, and she's like, "I can't do Monday. Can we reschedule till next Saturday?" Like, okay. The seed was planted, like, maybe she's not that interested, right? I didn't know if she's just being nice when she said yes, or if she was actually
It's always the
interested.
question.
That's always the
Because
question.
she's a really nice girl.
She is super nice. So I was like,
Yeah.
she could just be being nice. And then we wait a week. Next Saturday comes, and we go on the date. Okay? And Nate told me, I asked everyone's opinion. I'm like, what should I do about this date? Should I go out to dinner first? Should I do this first? Blah, blah, blah. The conclusion was go out to dinner after, so then that's not the awkward part, and you guys can talk throughout dinner. Thought that was great advice.
Activity
from both of
first,
you guys.
yeah.
It was a really
That's
good
great.
advice.
The place we went was called the Painted Pony, which it was pretty good. Painted Pony, if you're out there, sponsor us.
Yeah.
And that was great. I was firing on all cylinders. I thought the first part was a little awkward at the painting part. She was doing great, but I was a little awkward because it was our first time hanging out. And then by the time dinner came, it wasn't awkward at all though.
That's how you
And
do
for
it.
the next hour,
Right.
I was like, oh, I'm killing it right now. I'm not overthinking. I was overthinking it, but I was,
of course.
just going off
kinda how it
past
works.
mistakes with girls. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I know how to beat this. And then, now this is where things get a little dicey.
Buckle in.
So I'm still wondering in my head, I'm like, I think she might be interested in me, or she's just really nice because she is really nice and she's just entertaining the idea. But I asked a couple friends. I was like, every time I said, all right, I'm going on this date, everyone would be like, well, are you going to kiss her on the first date? I'm like, I don't really ever kiss on the first date. I don't know how to read that situation. And they're like, just read the situation. Like, just pay attention and read everything she does, and then you'll know if you should kiss her. I was like, all right, okay, I'll do it.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, easy, right?
Easy.
Well, I overread the shit out of this situation. So horrible advice from everyone. I never kissed on the first date, so I just wasn't. I was overthinking everything. So at the end of dinner, she made a comment about our chapstick. I don't know, and I guess everybody does this, but I was in overthinking mode. And she took out her chapstick. She made a comment, and then she put her chapstick on. I was like, wait a second. Does she want to kiss later? I didn't know, right? And then she takes out a piece of gum and splits it, and was like, "Do you want this gum?" And I'm like, "She wants to kiss later." don't be a bitch, Tanner. You got to man up here, okay? And so I drive her home, okay? And in my head, now I'm just in panic mode. I'm like, now I have to figure out when to kiss her. I never kiss on the first date. I wasn't really planning on it. I was like, here we go. And then I parked like a block away because of it was just there's no parking. And then we walked to the bottom of her stairs, and she lives at the top of these stairs. And I was like, okay, if she doesn't want to kiss, this is where she would be like, thanks, I had a great night, and I would leave because it's kind of unnecessary for me to walk up these stairs. And so we're at the bottom, and as soon as we get to the bottom, she's like, you can go up first. And I was like,
it's game time.
She wants to kiss. All right, don't be a bit. And I was going up first, and the whole time in my head, I'm like, okay, here we go.
He's like, don't mess up this step. Don't mess up this step.
Don't fall. Don't look like an idiot. Don't trip on that step. Don't try to do 2 steps and get cocky at one. Don't just go up one step at a time.
Walking upstairs.
Yeah. And I get to the top of the stairs, and there's like a moment where I'm like, showtime, right? Like I'm my back's towards her, and I'm just like, here we fucking go. And then I turn around, and as soon as I turn around, she gets up the stairs, and she's like, I'm gonna give you a hug, and then she gives me a hug and goes inside, and I'm out there like, God damn it, I overanalyzed.
So what do you think, Tanner? What do you do now? What's your going forward plan with this?
So the going forward plan, I don't know if we told you. Oh, I don't think Trey knows this.
Trey doesn't know.
Okay, so yeah, that's exciting. So this is what happened. So I was like, this happened like a week ago on a Saturday. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a couple days, and then I'll text her, and I'll try to start a conversation, because we've never really had conversations like through texting. It was always just like, hey, you ready for the date? And then we'd talk on the date, but we never like texted outside. So I started Snapchatting her, and then it was going good for like back and forth for a little bit. I still don't know if she's interested. Signs aren't looking great. I think she's just being nice. That was on a Monday, and then I gave myself a deadline on Thursday. I was like, I'm gonna ask if she's free to do something this weekend. And if she says yes, then I'll know she's interested. And if she says no, then I'll bet she was just being nice, and it was just a 1-date type of thing.
Yeah, because courtesy dates are a thing.
Yeah, courtesy dates are a thing. That is a real thing. And
yep.
Yeah. I text her that, and then she says no. Trey, this is what you don't know.
She said no.
She said
to another date.
She didn't say like go fuck yourself now, but she did it in like the nicest way you could say no, where she was like, I'm really busy this week. Another time, though. That's what she said. Nice.
God, she is
like, yeah. Listen, the part that gets me was the another time, though. That doesn't look great.
That's
the other stuff is, if it's like
really
valid
bad.
stuff.
Yeah.
But another time.
I just said, yeah, no problem. And I've cut my losses. I'm like, all right, it's over. She was super nice about it. And that begs the question. I don't know what you guys think about it. Would you rather be ghosted right away, like ghosted after the date? Would you rather have her say, I'm not interested right when you ask her out?
Yes.
You'd rather that?
Oh, yeah. I hate being led on. It's a waste of my time.
Okay.
And I don't have a lot of that. If I'm going to go on a date with a girl and she's completely uninterested and she knows she is uninterested from the beginning, don't waste my time and don't waste my money, basically. Be straight up with me. I can take it. I'm a big boy. I don't feel emotions anyway. So like,
well, I just feel like in the event that you ask a girl out, you're kind of assuming that, you have a shot. If she's going to go on a courtesy one, that's cool and everything. But honestly, I'd much rather know. Half the time I just want to know, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
don't get my
if I'm being like kind of strung along and it's like, oh yeah, for sure. Half the time I just want to know. I'd rather them honestly just say, listen, not interested at all, to be honest. I'd be like, you know what I mean? That's all it takes.
Well, and I think I said this in the last episode, but there's girls that will like intentionally lead guys on for fun, they'll say, oh yeah, I'll go on this date for free dinner. Like, come on.
Oh,
really?
I've heard that.
Yeah, I don't think that was the situation.
No,
I
no,
I think
this is like
she's just a really nice person,
right.
I think she's being nice. So I didn't mind that it happened because it's not like she said no right away. Well, but she also didn't lead me on or ghost me either. She kind of just like that was kind of the clear text when she's like maybe another time, and I was like okay, I got it now. Now don't do it.
That's not a bad one.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that outcome. Plus, I wasn't mad about the money because I had like a gift card to the dinner, so it wasn't really like I didn't really lose anything. Like I had like a really like nice.
Maybe that's why. Maybe she's like, oh, he doesn't have money. She
saw the gift card.
His currency is just gift cards. His gift cards for everything.
Should have done it under the radar, like under the table.
You should have like put a sleeve. They make like those card sleeves. You should have put like made it look like a MasterCard, like a gold MasterCard or something like that.
Or just like write gold over it.
I'm rich, bitch.
The problem with this date, what I was worried about was if I did get rejected right away in front of everyone, and no one heard it, but I was worried about it because we are kind of in the same program as far as school goes. So, like, everyone will, and it's kind of a small program. So, like, if I shoot my shot and I miss, it might go around the whole program, and that could be embarrassing. Or if I go too far and, like, I end up ghosting myself, that would be awkward if I wanted to, like, work with her at future projects.
That would be honestly more awkward.
That would be worse.
If you guys were, like, if you kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it,
yeah,
and then she just wasn't interested, that would make him.
That's what I was afraid of the most, and that's why I gave myself the deadline on Thursday, just to find out for sure, so I don't keep
I think that you stopped at a safe point where you guys can still, like, be classmates and still have projects together and stuff.
There was nothing, like, awkward about that.
Yeah, I think that it was just one of those, you know, you date people in college, you know, you, like, go on dates and stuff. I don't think it's that bad.
That's the thing, though. There's being, like, led on, but there's also just taking the shot. I mean, you took the shot. Yeah. Now you know.
Yeah, I don't think I was
it's probably worse. Yeah. It's probably worse if you didn't ask her out and then you just didn't know. You know what I mean? Because, like, now you know.
Yeah. Told Nate right then.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, man, didn't happen.
That's
didn't
how it
work
works.
out. He's like, oh.
But, like, now you know, though. You know what I mean?
Now I know.
At least closure happened.
Yeah.
Plus, I went on the date. So it's like what Nate's saying. There isn't that regret of not, like, even asking her out, you know? Of, like, because I had a crush on this girl for, like, a long time. And if I never asked her out, it would have just kept pissing me off.
Oh, yeah, that shit would have pissed you off.
And we would have teased the shit out of you.
And I would have and just from you assholes all day, that would have really...
It would have been the same situation. You had yourself in a pretty bad spot.
Yeah.
You pretty much had to ask her out.
I had to ask her out.
Much,
and I think it was okay. I mean...
It was fun.
It sounds like you had a fun time.
Yeah, I had a fun time.
Yeah. That's good. And, like, you, like, kind of, like, I don't know. That's kind of what dating's for anyway. You know what I mean? Just kind of see how you do and stuff, you know? Sometimes it doesn't work out, but, yeah. At least she didn't lead you on. Which rejection, honestly, is worse? That's what I was going to get to next. We kind of touched on it already, but out of the two, so I've had a scenario. One of my scenarios is ask this girl out. She straight up just says, no, you're not attractive. You know what I mean? Okay. I've had that. I've had that.
Did she say? Did she say you're not attractive?
Yeah. Well, she just said she's not attracted to me, which is like,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's different.
But it was like, it was definitely weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was honestly repulsed. Right. She was.
Was she like super like beautiful?
She was she was a little bit out of my league. And so I was like, I mean, I'll ask her. So I did. Still glad I did though, so that I like know. You know what I mean? Or there's the scenario. Here's another one. All right. I hit this girl up and everything. We like hit it off. We're talking. And like we get to the part where we're like asking to hang out, right? I'm like, oh, we should do something. And she was like, yeah, for sure. She seems super down. You know what I mean? They always do.
Oh, yeah. No.
And she picks a time and place. All right. She's like, oh, why don't we do this at this time? And I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? We'll do it. And then time rolls around. The day rolls around. I send her a text in the morning. Hey, are we still on? Nothing. And then a couple hours later, I text, are we good? Like, if you need to reschedule, it's good. She didn't say anything. Didn't even open it for like 2 weeks. All right. That's how I found out about that one. Which one is worse, honestly?
Absolutely the second one.
Yeah. But that is the worst. I would say that is worse is that, or getting ghosted in a way where like you text and then they just never respond or something.
At least have the nerve or respect to say something. You know what I mean? That's where I come from.
I don't know if I would say I'm not attracted to you. I would just say I'm not really interested. You know, maybe that's a nicer way than the girl.
But I would honestly, I don't even care about nice at this point. I care about like the basic respect. She told me right in front, like right up front. Right. That's not, you know what I mean?
At least she had that. And you don't have to be attracted. Like, you could be the most attractive person on the planet, and not everybody would be attracted to you.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I didn't take offense to it. I was
like I don't know. If somebody said, I'm not attracted to you, I wouldn't really take offense to it. Maybe if somebody said,
take
like,
her to get checked out of the hospittal or something.
Be like, are you okay?
Wait a second. This is
deeper.
Need your I don't even care about us going on a date anymore. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Buy her some glasses. That would be sick.
That would be funny as hell. But I don't know. Maybe if somebody just straight up was like, no, you're ugly as fuck. Like, I don't know. Maybe that would like get. I'd be like, okay, like that was an attack. Like I didn't like that. You could have just been a little bit nicer about it. But I don't know.
All right, what's next for you though, Tanner? Like, as far as like the summer goes, you know what I mean?
What's next for me as far
dating
as
wise?
Dating wise.
Yes.
Listen, guys, it took me about the school year to go on this date, all right? So I don't know how the summer's going to play out. And this was with me surrounded by a bunch of girls. I had a crush on this chick for a while. There was the chick, the fate chick, who I was just like, this is fate because we keep running into each other. But I've been thinking about that. I think maybe because she's just a little taller and she kind of stood out and we had classes like at the same time. I don't know if that was fate. Or she was stalking me. I'm pretty sure she was stalking me.
Or maybe she's just a girl that you noticed more than everybody else, and there's actually people you see. Like, maybe your soulmate is, like, you see her every day, you just don't realize it.
Whoa. Look at
Dang,
that.
Trey just
Look
got
at Trey
deep.
getting
Look
deep.
around
that
more,
could
bitch.
happen. I don't know. I'm not really going to ask out a chick unless I have a crush on her, and I don't really get that many, like, actual crushes. Like, I do think some girls are hot or cute, but, like, unless I have, like, an actual crush on her, I don't know. Because I like to kind of go all out on dates, and I don't know if I want to do that for.
That is true.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
But
mean?
here's the thing, though. Me, I'm kind of the opposite, to be honest, because I use that date to, like, see if there's anything there. Like, I've personally been on dates where I don't feel it afterwards. You know what I mean? Like,
You don't believe in love at first sight? You
no,
don't believe
not
in
really.
that?
And I don't necessarily have to have a crush on somebody to ask them on a date.
I know.
I
Nate goes
just-
on a lot of dates for you audience out there. All right?
I knew that was coming.
Nate goes on
He's
a
hot
lot
on
of
Tinder,
dates.
bro. He just, like,
I don't know how he meets all these girls. Do you have a Tinder?
he doesn't.
I
Is
don't
that how
use
you
it,
meet
no.
them?
You don't use it?
Because he meets he goes on like a lot of dates, like a date a week or something. I feel like.
I think it's
You do
because of the
pretty good.
podcast. I think it's
Is
the
that-
podcast.
Yeah, it's
People are like,
fans.
oh, man, he's a love
and he
guru.
doesn't ask anyone's
He knows.
opinion on what he should do on these dates. By the way, I asked maybe 20 people, no, probably like 10 people, and talked like big conversations how I should approach this situation. Nate doesn't ask anyone, and he goes out all the time.
Oh my God.
So
He's suave
That's
as
some
fuck.
bullshit.
he's suave. He doesn't want our opinion. He knows
He's like,
it's
they're just
I
gonna,
hate you
they're
guys
just,
so
they're just
much.
gonna
Yeah.
slow me down. They're gonna slow me
So
down.
yeah.
I hate you guys
So
so
my
much.
summer, I don't think I'll get another crush on just some chick. Like we're kind of around just like a certain friend group too. So I'm not like we're not like exposed to like a lot of different people.
No
So
one's
for me,
spot.
I have
Halfway
no
summer.
plans. I might hang out with girls doing what you said, but I don't know if I'll get another like actual crush. This crush was like 6 months in the making.
Tanner's
you know?
talking about dick pics. That's
Yeah.
what Nay said.
That's
Yeah,
what Nate
pretty
said. Nate was
much.
talking about dick pics.
Something's wrong with
Other
you.
than dick pics, though, I don't think this crush was like a 6 month situation. You know,
Yeah.
where I had like one crush.
I mean, that's why you took her to the prancing pony. What was that?
The prancing
He was like, what was it?
I had a gift card, but yeah. So for me, probably not. Trey, what about
No.
you? No.
I've already I already said it. No relationships.
No.
No.
No
Hey, no
hangouts,
relationships,
no
guys.
feelings,
Yo,
none of that.
What
No.
about
no feelings.
No
We're
feelings.
what
talking
about like
just
not even
hanging
like
out.
hanging out
No
with girls
feelings.
or just like?
Do you remember when
going on
you and
dates?
Cons went and hung
Nothing?
out with like 9 girls at a
Yeah,
time?
that was how I met my last
Oh,
girlfriend.
that was that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was right after that. We went to a party.
I just want to point
And
out
I'm
that they
like-
didn't invite me.
We
Just-
did.
Yeah. What about you, Nate? What's your girl plans this summer?
Honestly, just kind of whatever. I'm happy that things are open because that's where I like to meet people. I felt like I had a disadvantage this year, because I don't really like the online thing, bro. I don't
I
like
hate
it.
it.
I don't
I hate
use it. I think it's
I
a
never
joke.
use it.
Any of those
Yeah.
things, they're just a joke. You
Plus,
know
if
what I
you
mean?
meet them, I don't know if I probably said this on the last podcast, but if you meet them on Tinder, that's why I don't have a Tinder. Like, what if you like them and then that's your story?
That's your story. That's
what
what
I'm
you have to
afraid.
go with.
All I care about is the story.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, God damn it. Holy shit.
Stop looking at
I
yourself.
can't tell if you're looking at yourself or.
He is. You guys have been doing it this entire show. You're supposed to look right here.
Look
You
at
know,
those
right?
I know I am.
That's where
Well,
yeah, that's pretty much it. That's where I'm gonna cut it.
See you guys in
That's
6
cool.
weeks.
They're gonna be back.
6
Listen,
weeks.
they're like recurring guests at this point.
Yeah. Anybody who follows this podcast, anybody who watches this podcast, just message Nay on Instagram and say, "Hey, bitch, I want to be on your podcast." If you know friends that have like good stories and stuff,
Or
send it
just
to 'em.
like hot,
Or-
attractive friends.
yeah, like
DM me on Instagram. Honestly, I will put the link in the bio so that it's super easy. And then yeah, bring them on, tell your story. You know.
fuck yes.
Yeah, that's how we do it. That's a good outro.
I like
That's
it.
good.
All right, let's
All
go.
right.
Let's go eat quesadillas.
Treys on the
Yeah.
track.